The Muskegon Museum of Art is marking the 13th anniversary of the 9/11 terror attacks.
They are the first art museum to host an exhibit that tells the story of the creation of the September 11th Memorial and Museum through photos. 24-hour News 8's Joe LaFurgey got an early look.
These are the images the mind conjures up when we think of that day 13 years ago, but there is much more to the story, and this exhibit at the Muskegon Museum of Art tells that story.
What happened here was absolutely horrible, and the loss of life was way too much. But we need to find a way to move forward.
The exhibit provides a pathway to move forward. More than 70 images captured through the lens of National September 11 Memorial and Museum photographer Amy Dreyer tell the story that for most of the last 13 years has developed from behind a fence surrounding Ground Zero.
The focus of this show is on what happened after 9/11, the rebirth of Ground Zero, taking it from Ground Zero to another World Trade Center site. As a photographer, this was an amazing opportunity to see what other people didn't see.
Like the steel workers and other contractors who transformed the hallowed ground buried in piles of rubble.
There were so many of these shirts made for so many different unions and companies that all had this, you know, or some version of never forget 9/11. They carried it with them as they built to help us move on.
And heal the emotional scars from that day, not just the wounds suffered by New Yorkers.
A third of the television viewing world saw this happen live, and anyone who had anything traumatic happen to them could have really affected them. So it's everyone in some way that needs to process and remember in a way that they can move on.
There are a number of programs to remember 9/11 scheduled for the museum over the next couple of weeks. The exhibit runs through November 9th. In Muskegon, Joe LaFurgey, 24-hour News 8.